What up, what up, what up, you guys? It's Blackwing2040. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the latest film from Disney and Pixar, and that is Pixar's Soul. And honestly, I have to say, this has got to be one of my new favorite Pixar movies in a long time. Because with Pixar, they just had a whole era of, sequels, and now we're in an era of just, trying new things, and pretty much it's been great. And Soul is definitely part of that great era of new things, and I loved every single minute about this movie. And the cool thing is about this movie is directed by Pete Docter. He's also directed other Pixar films such as Monsters Inc., Up, and Inside Out. And funny enough, as I'm sitting down watching this movie, I'm thinking this kind of feels like Inside Out, just from the idea of the movie alone, with seeing a soul's purpose and everything. Inside Out basically shows you what emotions are like inside your head. So this movie is like Inside Out times 10, taken to a whole nother level, and I love everything about this movie. So to talk about the cast in this movie, you have a very big star-studded cast in this movie. You have Jamie Foxx, who's the voice of Joe Garderner, who is a passionate jazz pianist in this film. You have Tina Fey, who plays a character known as 22, who's basically a soul that's trapped in the Great Before. You have Rachel House as Terry, who's pretty much a soul counter in the show. And you have Alice Braga and Richard Ayoade, I hope I pronounced their names right, and they basically voice the soul counselors known as Jerry. Now, on the other side, you have Felicia Rashad, you have Donnell Rawlings, you have Questlove, Angela Bassett, Daveed Diggs. You have a whole star-studded cast in this movie, and it is awesome. Straight up, it's really awesome. Now, to get where this movie takes place of course in New York City, and I love how Pixar was able to show how vibrant and alive New York City is, because that's what pretty much New York City is like most of the time. And the animation in itself, it's just perfect, and they get every single detail on what New York City is like to a T, from the hustle and bustle of people walking on the sidewalk, subway life, New Yorker interactions, and everything. It is down pack. And how the story focuses on mainly on a soul's purpose in life, and pretty much living life to to the very best of your ability, or better yet, living life every step of the way. And the message in this film is just straight up beautiful, because in this film you're gonna feel this movie's gonna be good for for the kids and all, but for adults, this movie is gonna take you on a whole nother level. And as I was watching this movie, without revealing any spoilers, there's a scene in this movie that just made my eyes widen, and I wanted to tear up so bad, because that moment right there spoke to me. And that's how beautiful that moment was. And granted, I don't know what else to say about how fantastic this movie is. Jamie Foxx does a brilliant job as the voice of Joe Gardener, because him being a musician himself, this fits into his persona perfectly, really, really well. And Tina Fey does a really outstanding job as 22, and the camaraderie, how Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey's characters bounce off of each other. It's a great dynamic. It's a really great dynamic. Of course, I know when it comes to Pixar films, there's always that moment in the middle of a Pixar film where there's going to be conflict. Every Pixar movie has that, and I felt like I saw that moment a mile away. But it's fine, because conflict is needed in films. So I'm not really complaining all about that, but I just straight up love this. I love this movie as a whole. And to get the whole idea of how the animation works in the Great Before portion of the film, you see, it's so bright and colorful, and like I said, it's kind of like Inside Out, but again, like I said, it's like Inside Out but times 10, and it's just straight up, it's a beautiful, beautiful film. And if anything, I recommend that you guys check this movie out. You will not want to miss out on this movie. If anything, I could say have tissues with you, because if you feel like you need to cry during this movie, go ahead and cry during this movie, because trust me, I wanted to cry so bad in this movie, I didn't budge a tear, which sucks. But overall, I loved it. Disney Pixar Soul, check it out. It's on Disney Plus. And in the comment section below, if you've seen Disney Pixar Soul, what did you think of it? What did you like about it? What did you dislike about it? What was your favorite moment in the film? And let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to be notified. And as always, I am Vengeance, I am Darkness, I am Blackwing. Stay golden.